जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम क्लास, हाउ आर यू? होप यू आर आर वेरी फाइन। जैसा कि आप सब लोगों को बताया कि हम अभी ऑनलाइन ये सारी एक्टिविटीज़ प्लान कर रहे हैं। हमारे पहले 5 लेक्चर्स हो चुके हैं स्टैटिस्टिकल थ्योरी के, और ये हमारा 6 लेक्चर है। बिफोर स्टार्टिंग फॉर 6 लेक्चर आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू ए शॉर्ट overview of your previous 5th lecture, which was all about frequency distribution. So frequency distribution is the distribution of the data into classes or groups, in which each and every class will have a certain number of counts or the number of observation in it. So this type of distribution is known as frequency distribution. It means कि अगर simple हम कोई टेबल के जरिए डाटा को क्लासेस में ग्रुप्स में रिप्रेजेंट कर देंगे, वो टेबुलेशन है. एंड इफ वी आर गोइंग टू add number of observations or number of counts in certain classes or certain groups, it's known as frequency distribution. And each and every class with its observation, number of counts is referred as its class frequency or simple frequency. Then group and ungrouped data we have discussed in detail. And group data, basically the frequency distributed data is known as group data, and without any distribution, frequency distribution that have not been applied to any type of data is known as ungrouped data. Then there are class limits, class boundaries, then the central point of each and every class is known as class mark. Class width is the class interval or the class size. Then there are certain rules. The rules are that, so first of all we have to find the total number of classes by using a formula. K is equal to 1 plus 3.3 log n. K is the number of classes, and describe the total number of observation in a given data set. And then we have to find the range. And what is range? It's the difference between largest to smallest value. Then we have to find the class width or the class size by dividing k by range by k. Then we have to find each and every class limit, then distribution of data. Then we have to find the frequency of each and every class. And here we have an example. Now I will start my lecture, 6th lecture, from this example, and then we will further discuss two or three examples. So make a grouped frequency distribution from the following data relating to the weight record to the nearest grams of 60 apple picked out at a random from a consignment. There are 60 apple we have just discussed in previous lecture also, but it's a short revision. That's 60 apples data. Their weight are given in grams. So first of all, we have to arrange our data into ascending or descending order. This arrangement is known as array. So basic purpose of arrangement to find the smallest and the largest value, so that we can find the range of the data. So range is equal to largest value minus smallest value. So largest weight of given data set out of 60 apple is 204 gram, minus smallest the minimum weight in grams is 68 grams. So range of the data is 136 grams. So it means 60 apple weight data is distributed completely in 136 grams span. So next step, we have to find the number of classes by using k is equal to 1.33 log n is equal to total number of observation, which is equal to 60 by using formula. We has find as number of classes as 7. Then we have to find the size and width of each and every class. So is equal to r divided by k. R is range, k is the number of classes. 136 divided by 7 is equal to 19.47, nearly equal to 20. So it means our data distribution depends upon the 20 20 class size with 7 classes. So number of classes are 7, the class size is 20. So first we take smallest value or the lowest class from 65. So first class will be from 65 to 84, as we can find the difference in 20 as class size. 85 minus 65 is equal to 20, or 104 minus 84 is equal to 20. 105 minus 85 also is equal to 20. 124, 104, difference is 20. So in first class the entries are, this one is the tabulation, complete tabulation with the frequency is known as frequency distribution, and the entries are 76, 82, and so on. Total number of observation falling in this particular class is 9, and in second class 10, 17, 10, 5, 4, and 5. So the total number of observation in this class or in the whole data set is 60, which is equal to given total 60 apples that we have taken for our for their weight record. So it means this cumulative frequency tells us that we are going to, our results are how much accurate. If this result coincides with the given value, so it means our calculations are correct. So next, this table is sometimes known as entry table. The values against each class must be arranged in an array. अच्छा, जो इस तरह का टेबल होगा जिसमें हम एंट्रीज करेंगे इन असेंडिंग और डिसेंडिंग आर्डर, मेनली इन असेंडिंग आर्डर, इसको हम नाम देते हैं यहाँ पर एंट्री टेबल का। लेकिन बाज़ औक़ात ऐसा होता है कि हम एंट्रीज को एंटर नहीं करते, जस्ट वो अपनी रफ कैलकुलेशन के बाद जस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसीज को मेंशन कर लेते हैं, तो फिर वो एंट्रीज टेबल नहीं होगा। अगर हम एंट्रीज भी इंटर करेंगे हर क्लास के लिए जो उसकी क्रॉसपॉन्डिंग एंट्रीज है, अगर वो इंटर करेंगे तो हमारे पास ये एक एंट्री टेबल होगा। लेकिन अगर हम नहीं कहेंगे तो वो हमारे पास एक एंट्री टेबल नहीं होगा। मेनली जब हम फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करते हैं, सो आवर फर्स्ट एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट consideration is the frequency, not the entries. But in some cases, to remind or to just calculate, we also add some time entries in specific classes or corresponding classes. So frequency distribution of weights of 60 apple, then it's further calculated its class boundaries and midpoints. So class boundaries are the actual class positions in lower limit and lower upper limit as well. Likewise 65, so it means its class boundary will be 64.5. इसका मतलब कि ये जो हमारी 65 से 84 तक क्लास है वो एक्चुअली 64.5 से स्टार्ट हो रही और 20 के डिफरेंस से ये 84.5 पे एंड हो रही। अब जो प्रीवियस क्लास की अपर क्लास लिमिट है वही नेक्स्ट क्लास की लोअर क्लास लिमिट होगी। जिस तरह पहली क्लास को अगर हम देखें तो इसकी जो अपर क्लास लिमिट है वो है 84.5। अब नेक्स्ट क्लास की यही लोअर क्लास लिमिट होगी। अब जो इस क्लास की अपर क्लास लिमिट होगी वो नेक्स्ट की लोअर क्लास लिमिट हो जाएगी। सो it's very easy to calculate or to find out the class boundary. Then midpoint or the class mark are denoted sometime with the x is equal to upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2. Upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2. Then tally marks are sometimes used for the frequency indication and sometimes with digits. So here is another example. Given below are the mean annual death rates per thousand at ages 20 to 65 in age of 88 occupational groups. So construct grouped frequency distribution कि हमारे पास ये out of 1000 20 से 65 के between 88 को ग्रुप्स हैं, उनका डेथ रेट गिवन है। सबसे पहले वही सेम प्रोसीजर, वी हैव टू arrange the data into ascending and descending order. So it means in the given data set the maximum value is 14.0 and the minimum value is 3.9. So the range of the data is 10.1. As the data are recorded to one decimal point, we may therefore locate the lower limit of the first group at 3.5. Let us choose as class interval of 1. हम इसको इस तरह एक रफ आइडिया से भी कर सकते हैं, या फिर आप इसको एग्जैक्ट मेथड बाय यूजिंग k इज इक्वल टू 1.33 लॉग n के फार्मूले से यूज कर लें, वो ज़्यादा बेटर है। हमारे पास एक प्रिसाइज मेथड है। हम क्या करेंगे, k इज इक्वल टू 1.33 लॉग 88, क्योंकि नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन, टोटल नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन आर 88, सो वी विल हैव टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्लासेस। फिर हम क्या करेंगे, 10.1 is the range r divided by k number of classes, we will have a class interval as 1. So then the class limits are specified is equal to 3.5 to 4.4, क्योंकि हमारे पास जो स्मॉलेस्ट वैल्यू है वो 3.9 है, तो उससे हम स्मॉलर क्लास लिमिट, लोअर क्लास लिमिट पे सिलेक्ट करेंगे फर्स्ट क्लास को, 3.5 to 4.4 with the one class interval, and 4.5 to 5.4, 5.5 to 6.4, and so on. So here you can see 3.5 to 4.4, 4.5 to 5.4, second class, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are total 11 classes. तो क्लास बाउंड्रीज मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था कि जितनी हमारी क्लास लिमिट्स हैं, अगर उसमें एक डेसिमल पॉइंट के बाद एक डिजिट है तो क्लास बाउंड्रीज में वो 2 डिजिट तक हो जाएंगी। 3.45 तक आ गए, यहाँ पर 3.5 था, इट मीन्स वी आर गोइंग टू कैलकुलेट 3.45, 4.45। अब ये इस क्लास का जो अपर बाउंड्री होगी, अपर क्लास लिमिट होगी, बाउंड्री होगी, वो नेक्स्ट क्लास की लोअर क्लास लिमिट बन जाएगी। अब टैली मार्क से अच्छा हम देखें, अगर कंपेयर करें तो एंट्री टेबल में हमने यहाँ पर एंट्रीज की थी, लेकिन इसमें हम असेंडिंग और डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर के बाद टैली निशान से वो भी काउंट कर सकते हैं। सो फर्स्ट क्लास फ्रीक्वेंसी इज इक्वल टू 1, कि अगर हम अपने डाटा को देखें तो उसमें सिर्फ एक ही वैल्यू आती है पहली क्लास में, दैट इज 3.9। सेकंड क्लास में देयर आर 4 वैल्यूज, in third class there are 5 values, then 13, 12, 19, 13, 10, 6, 4, and 1. If we add these values, we will have total 88. So as given, there are total 88 values in this given data set, in the given record. So we can tally our total frequency with the given values. So it's a counter check, either we are going in a right direction or there is some time error can be happening. So next one, construct a frequency distribution for the data below, indicate the class boundaries and class limits clearly. So these are a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are total 30 values. So first of all, we have to arrange the data in ascending and descending order to find the range of the data. So the maximum value is 81.71 minus smallest value 18.95. We have total range or span of the data set as 62.76. So the number of classes, same formula, k is equal to 1.33 log n is the total number of observation, which is equal to 30. So number of classes are k is equal to 5, r divided by k 12.5, which is nearly equal to 13. So it means in the given data set we have the range 62.76, number of classes as 5, class interval or class size is equal to 13. So our first class will be started from 18 to 30.99, 31 to 53.99. Then these are the class boundaries as we discussed. If there are two values after decimal point,